Yo, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. How we doing? What's up? It's time to get nasty. It's time to get freaky even. Let that horror freak flag fly a little bit. Talking a bit about just the space of horror. So we actually have a little bit of an update that just came out like an hour ago on Scream 7. I wish it was the Scream 7 stream that we were doing right now, because that would be perfect. But we have a brand new cast member just announced. I believe her name, and correct me if I'm wrong, Celeste O'Connor? Celeste O'Connor? Like incest? No, I'm kidding. Celeste, I think it's Celeste, right? Am I correct in saying this? We have a new cast member, though. And you might be wondering, Jake, what is this? Who is this person? Like, who is this actress? What is she from? She's from Madam Web and the new Ghostbusters movies, I think. So, I mean, you know, is this, oh my God, I'm losing my mind over this casting choice? I don't know. But, you know, what I'm thinking about right now is not to judge a book by its cover. Let's not, let's not judge let's not judge an actress by her past projects. Maybe she's going to bring it to Scream 7 and be a fucking badass. I remember when I first went to watch The Craft Legacy, a movie that I did not think was going to be good at all, but I was impressed by some things about it. Now, it's not a very good film, but Kaylee Spaney is the star of the movie. Now, she's awesome. She's an excellent actress, and if you've seen her movies this year, you know that. But I've been a fan of Kaylee's for a while now. Ever since I saw The Craft Legacy, I'm like, this girl can act. She can. She's got some talent. They just got to throw a good script at her. And unfortunately, it took until probably this year, at least for me, this was the first year where I saw something with Kaylee Spaney where I was really impressed by her performance. That's Alien Romulus and Civil War. Killer movies that she has a great role in both of. So I'm right now where I'm at, just initial thoughts off of that news for Scream 7. I'm like, rock on. Okay, let's see what she can bring to the table with this. I'm not going to go into this with such a dour outlook. So welcome to the Scream fam, Celeste. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Again, a big video on this tomorrow, but I'll be a little more informed then. I'm just going off of the news article what I saw. But Alexa's hanging out with us saying can't wait to see Terrifier 4. Alexa's been like the first person to the drop the last couple of streams. Good on you, Alexa. Major 10 out of 10. You get a gold star. This fucking guy's late. Jesus Christ. Paula Fitzhenry, how's it going? What's up, Paula? Welcome in, welcome in. Jack 5, not Jack off, is saying, Jake, what's up? Not much, Jack. How are you, my friend? I like that your profile is redacted. It's spooky. It's fun stuff. JPR is saying, sup, Jake? How's your day going thus far? What future direction do you want to see the Terrifier franchise go in? You know, I want to see Terrifier get weird. That's something I'm thinking about right now after 3. I loved 3. It's nearing $100 million at the box office. I could not be more happy for this group of people to be taking off the way that they are. Don't get me wrong. But there's a worry I have right now about the Terrifier franchise that maybe it's getting a little too mainstream. And what makes Terrifier so wonderful and so unique, so fresh is its indie roots. You know, you can't lose that. You can't forget where you came from. So I'm hoping that Terrifier just gets fucking weird. Like, let it all hang out with the next one. They made so much money. They made an unprecedented amount of money with this new sequel. So I hope that Damien's just like, fuck it. We're going to go so weird with this next movie. It's going to get strange. It's going to be my army of darkness. That's what I think the franchise needs. Will that, is that a pipeline to success for this franchise? Is that a pipeline to more money and more opportunities? I don't know. But in terms of what fans want to see on the big screen, I think that's what the story needs. That's what I think the fans want. I want to see Sienna in hell battling demons while Art the Clown is maybe back on Earth just being a silly little guy. That's a weird fucking movie, and I'm down for it. Paula Fitzhenry is saying, nice to see you. It's nice to see you as well. You hope that Terrifier 4 stays unrated and not get an NC-17? I hope it stays unrated as well. I hope it's just disgusting moving forward. What's poppin', Jake? I'm watching the Gothams right now, and it's pretty good. I have not seen that. I haven't seen like most of the Batman TV shows. which is a shame. I started The Penguin and I just never had time to finish it. The only show I have time for right now is Madison and I are watching Outer Banks, and that's about it. And yes, Madison is calling me out here. Sorry, I'm 45 minutes late to this stream, everybody. I can't talk about the film I was just watching, but I got to see a movie early just now, and I lost track. It's completely lost track of time, and I'm like, oh, it's 6:00, and I have to watch this whole movie still. I can't tell you what the movie is. I can't talk about the movie yet. Still an embargo, but you guys will see a review soon, very soon. I'm excited for that review, too. It's going to be a fun one. RJ Skarenki, thank you for being a member. Same to you, Madison. Saying it's okay for the delay. We can talk horror all night. See, RJ is a little more apologetic than all of you. But no, I'm kidding. No, I appreciate you a bunch, RJ. And you're excited about the Scream 7 casting news. Well, good. I'm just curious. How does everyone feel about that? Give me an in-depth answer. Let me know how you feel about this new cast member. Necro Mechanimal is hanging out with us, stabbing the chat with that little knife there. That's always fun. Antinous is saying, hey, Jacob, what's up, bro? Yes, that is I, Killjoy Jacob. That's my father's name. You can just call me Jake. What's up, Antinous? How you doing? I'm chilling out, man. Chilling out, hanging out. I got my Spooky Bucky's t-shirt on. I'm just so happy right now. I'm in a great mood. Jim Ross is with us, too. What's up, Jim? How's it going? What's up? Mike Hawk is with us tonight, too. What's up, Mike? Art the Clown is pretty freaky. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah. Oh, he gets wild in the bedroom, I hear. Rotting Plush is saying howdy. What's up? How you doing? Austin, hey, man, love your channel. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you for being here. Joey XYZ is saying, hi, you bloody baboons. It's not very nice. No, I'm kidding. What's up, Joey? Welcome in, dude. Ludwig von Koopa. God, this makes me want to play the new Mario Party again. So much fun. What's up? How are you? Is Saw 11 going to get pushed back again because I'm hearing a rumor of another delay? Yeah, we've been hearing delay rumors for this one for a while now. We probably won't see it till 2026, which is such a fucking bummer. We were supposed to see Saw 11 a couple of months ago, and we might not see it now until 2026. Big thing with that, from what I'm hearing, is there was just some disagreements on how to tackle this script, or some kind of issues with the overall script and the writing and stuff, and they just haven't been able to get anything concrete. That's just from what I'm hearing. Is that true? I have no fucking idea, but I'm hearing from third-party sources here and there. There's some things going on behind the scenes, which makes me sad. I'm so excited for Saw 11. I think Saw X was the best one in years. I can't wait to see what comes next. I hope this one's good, and that they get it right too. That's so important. So important. I think this is going to be some of the last of Tobin Bell movies we get that we get, and I don't even want to say that, right? I don't even want to speak that into existence. But the guy's getting up there, right? I'm sad and I'm worried, and I love Tobin so much. Protect him at all costs. Mike Hawk is saying, you ready for Nosferatu? I can't keep saying your full name, dude. Mike is saying, are you ready for Nosferatu? I'm so ready, dude. I'm hyped up. There's a lot of movies I'm excited for, and most of them come out this week, interestingly enough, this month, with Werewolves and Y2K, both this week, so I'm very excited for those. And Nosferatu, though, I think is easily the top of the list, easily the number one thing I'm the most excited for this month, without a doubt. This is a movie that's coming from a wonderfully esteemed director, Robert Eggers, who has made nothing but hits with his last 3 movies. Unless you're looking at the box office performance of the last 3 movies, well, that's a different story. But I love all three of his movies. Some great stuff from his catalog, and Nosferatu could be his best. Which I wouldn't say that about just any project coming from a great director. I really wouldn't. But I say this about Nosferatu because specifically this director is attached to it. This guy understands what makes Nosferatu great. A lot of his other movies feel very old school in the approach and the technique, whatever. Just look at The Witch, where they used mostly just real light, no actual, fake lights all over the place. It's natural light coming in from windows and shit. That is unbelievably tough to do. And I don't know, I have so much respect for that, and the dialect they chose to have their characters talk in to have it be more accurate. It's really impressive. So Nosferatu, I'm hyped for it, man. I cannot wait. Dying to see this one. There's a lot of great incarnations of this story too, so I'm excited to see how this one is even crazier than the other ones. Celeste O'Connor, I think it's Celeste, right? Celeste, I don't fucking know. C. O'Connor is good in Ghostbusters and Madam Web. Madam Web is Madam Web. I just didn't, man, the more I watch these new Ghostbusters movies, the less I like them. I think the first time I saw Afterlife, I'm like, okay, that was fun. I just spilled water all over my leg. First time I saw it, it's like, okay, that was fun. Cool. You watch it again and you're like, I don't know. It's fine. It was fun on the first watch, and I have no interest in revisiting that or Frozen Empire, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I just feel like these new Ghostbusters, they just miss the point. They miss the joke of what makes the first one so funny, or the first two, I should say. That they just don't understand that it's like this doesn't need to be a big Marvel movie scenario like how these new movies are. The joke is that it's just they're treating this super over the top concept like it's super mundane, and I just don't feel like the new cast or the new writers, whatever, something is missing, I guess is my point. So something's just not right about these new movies. They're missing that. They're missing the overall joke, I guess. They're just kind of turning it into the next Marvel franchise. But that doesn't really reflect her performance in the film. So I'm just hoping she's good here. I hope she rocks. 44-4G is saying, hey, Jake, good day. What would you recommend that's an underrated horror to watch? It's crazy that you asked that, because I just posted a video, a couple hours ago, on kind of this exactly. I talked about 6 mindfuck horror movies that will warp your reality, I think is what I called it. So go give that a watch. I just posted it. It's a good video. It's a fun little list. I like doing those. I made one last week. It did kind of well, so I'm like, oh, let's try it again. Let's do a round 2 on that. So we'll see how it does soon. I'm giving it some time because the other list took some time before it really hit the algorithm a little bit. So we're gonna give that one a minute. We'll give it a watch. NRU Cody is saying, I made it, thank God. Was playing Tomb Raider. Been addicted to those games lately. Those are really fun. Hit the like button and sub to Killjoy Jake. Otherwise, Art the Clown will come to your house and stab you in your sleep. Wow. Cody is threatening you with a terrible death if you don't subscribe to the page. His words, not mine. So I guess you got to do it now. It's like, guess you got to make it happen. We got Slasher Studios with us saying, hey, Jake. Hi, Jake. Sorry. Hello. How are you? How's it going? I'm well. Good news about Thanksgiving, too. They're filming the movie, and Roth said the budget will stay the same. I'm so excited. Yeah, that rocks. And probably a good decision to keep the budget the same. So going back to the first Thanksgiving, right? This movie made money. It did well. It didn't do necessarily as well as the last 2 Scream films. So it pulled in $45 million against a $15 million budget. I think a little over $45 million, but you know what? Whatever. Close to $45 million, right? Maybe it was 46. This is off the top of my head here. So I think doing it for 15 again makes sense, especially because the first Thanksgiving has, gotten some fans over the last year or so. A lot of people are checking it out now, discovering it this year. And I think this next one, it could make more money. It could make even more money this time, and people could be really into it even more than the first one. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens with that. Again, I feel like the first Thanksgiving wasn't an even bigger hit because they kind of lost the Grindhouse vibe that a lot of people were expecting from it. It's Eli Roth describes it as like a remake of what the 80s film was, right? The faux 80s film that doesn't exist, but that he made the trailer for back in 2007. And I think that's really cool. I think that's fun. I wish that, I don't know, I wish I would have known that before going into it for the first time, because I remember walking away feeling like, okay, that was an awesome modern slasher, but not necessarily a great adaptation of that trailer from 2007. Now, today, a year later, I love the film. I think it's great. But I remember walking out of the theater, not disappointed, just feeling like, okay, that was good, but just not the movie I was expecting. But I still love Thanksgiving. It's awesome. I just made a whole video just sucking its dick, basically, over on Killjoy Jake Retro. If you guys haven't seen that one yet, thank you for the views on that video. I'm still just in disbelief with how well this new channel's going. I'm unbelievably thankful after basically 2 years of trying to reinvent this page and try to turn it into a video essay corner of the internet. I have not been able to do it. But over there, brand new channel, we just started. We're doing so well. So thank you guys. So much love. Thank you all so much. Scott Royston, thank you for being a member, saying, hey, Jake, always nice to see you and everyone here. Same to you, Scott. I really appreciate you a bunch. That's very kind words of you. And Scott, look at that. He's even gifting 5 Killjoy Jake memberships. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the support there. That's going to Scottish Geek Guy, Drizzy Fest, Bobby, Evil Connor, and Kyle Israel. Thanks for the support, fella. Appreciate you, Scott. And welcome to the new members. Appreciate you guys a bunch. I'm going to try, no promises here. I got to get ahead a little bit here, but for members, I'm going to try to have some early releases for you guys this month for the new page. Hopefully I can make that happen. Again, no promises, but I'm going to try to do something special for the members this month. Really do appreciate your guys' support. These are some tough times for old Jake. November and December, horror content just doesn't really do as well. So I always appreciate your guys' support more than ever in these months. And Scottish Geek Guy's even saying thank you. Howdy hiya, says Infinite Sky. Hello. Afterlife is too slow. It's whatever. It's okay. It's so fine. Villain killing Dylan is are those what even are those yo-yos? The fuck is going on in the chat right now? I'm trying to look at like the other emoji on my other screen here. I don't know what that is. I'm kind of scared. It looks like 2 testicles. Are those like punching? I don't know what those are. I've never seen that emoji before. I'm scared though, Dylan. And that to me is that's always fun. If it's 2 testicles though, that to me is very funny. Legion is with us tonight too, saying, Jake, you don't gotta yell, okay? We can all hear you. It's all good, Legion. Welcome in. Do we know if Thanksgiving 2 will have Addison Rae back? I believe she is one of the cast members confirmed to return. I know her, Nell Verlack, and Thomas Wright. I can't remember his name. I remember his character's name. I don't remember the actor's name, which is so funny. They're all. I know them 3 are back for sure. Patrick Dempsey, though, you know, I'm still waiting for that news. But we might not get that news. Who knows? Man? Finally, Thanksgiving 2 news. I agree. Magnificent logo. I agree. Have you seen the new article from Deadline, new casting update for Scream 7? Yes, we were just talking about that a little bit, but I'll definitely get into it a bit more. I'm on the fence about doing a whole video on this. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'll let you guys decide. I could do a whole video. I don't know if I want to read more into it before I really decide if I can do a whole video or not, but it's just a casting update. You know, I might just put out a short tomorrow. That's what I'm doing with the Thanksgiving 2 stuff. I'm just going to put out a little short video, but if you guys want me to pitch a whole damn thing though, I will. There's some rumors I could talk about with Scream 7 too that I could fill a whole video with. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. Thanksgiving isn't just a holiday horror movie. It's what I put on to remind my family to stay in because of the of the opening Black Friday scenes. That's really funny. You know, I'm covering Krampus this week for Killjoy Jake Retro, and it has like almost the same kind of opening scene as Thanksgiving, which I think is really funny. And man, I love that these holiday horror movies are hitting on that a little bit. I think that's fun. It feels very fitting with this time of year because, you know, it's supposed to be the season of giving, the season of love, and here we are, you know, biting each other's necks out trying to get the best deals so that our loved ones get presents. It's scary, man. It's a scary world we live in. Antidus is throwing $5 out there, dude. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you supporting the page. Saying, when Hard Eyes comes out in February, will it be the new yearly horror Valentine's Day movie watch for horror fans? That's a great question. That's a really great question because I feel that way about Thanksgiving, man. Thanksgiving's a ton of fun. I had a great time watching it again this year, and it seems like it's going to be one we put on every single year, just like Halloween or, you know, like I'm trying to think what's like the Christmas horror film. Probably like Black Christmas, right? It's probably like the most popular, maybe. Black Christmas is definitely one I put on at least once a year. It's an excellent film. I hope that Hard Eyes could be that for sure. I really enjoy My Bloody Valentine, the original one. I think that would be, as of right now, that's the February horror movie, right? But I would love for Hard Eyes to be that. It has a very striking trailer. It stuck with me. That's why I made that whole video about it last week. I really like the way this movie looks. And I know a lot of people aren't crazy about Michael Kennedy and some of the other Christopher Landon projects, but the projects where they hit are very good. Same with Josh Rubin. When he's on, he's on. I feel that way about kind of all three of those guys. I think when they're on and they have something good, they usually make a good product. But, they have obviously put their names on things where I'm just like, ugh, Time Cut, dude. Like, what was that? What was that movie? Come on, man. That was rough. But I really think that this could be a good one. I think this could be another hit from this team. It's a lot of good minds on this movie, all coming together to make something special. I hope it rocks, man. It's got a great cast too. Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding lead it, I believe. They're great actors and actresses. This could be it. This could be something special, just like Thanksgiving. I hope it is. Come the top of the year. It's going to be fun to find out. Antonius, I'll be able to answer this question a little better for you in like 3 months, or I guess like 2 months. We're getting real close to that, aren't we? So patience, my friend, patience, and we will get there soon. I can't wait. It's definitely one I'm highly anticipating. Antonius, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a bunch. Initially, I wanted Thanksgiving in the Grindhouse style. My phone is not ringing in the Grindhouse style, but after watching, I appreciate how it sets a standard for modern whodunit slashers. That I agree. With that I agree, Ty Lee. Because I'm not gonna lie, I walked out of it and I'm just like, what's going on here? What's happening with this one? What's up with this? So, but no, I was impressed with it at the end of the day. Some great kills. Has the staples of an excellent Eli Roth horror film, in my opinion. It's very fun. It's very fun. It's got that dark humor, yet it is still bloody and finds moments to be terrifying. And that to me is what makes movies like Hostel, The Green Inferno, Cabin Fever so great. And not Knock Knock, but that's fine. Don't worry about that movie. I feel like the only person who likes Eli Roth movies that doesn't like that film. I don't know. I know it's inspired by what is it, Funny Games or whatever. It's like super inspired by that film. I just doesn't do it for me for whatever reason. I've seen it twice now, and both times I walk away from that film feeling like I wasted my time. But that's just me. If you like that film, rock on. Queric V is saying, hey, yo, what did I just walk into? The greasiest corner of YouTube hell, probably. Do I have a P.O. box? I certainly do. It's not a P.O. box, though. If you just send stuff to this address, this mysterious black market address, I will receive your packages. I'm kidding. But it's in my about page on this page. I'm trying to remember where it's at. Yeah, it's yeah, if you go to the about section, it's in there somewhere. Yeah, send me stuff. 1888 Brown Street, Akron, Ohio. So you can send me stuff there if you want. If you feel like it. Doesn't matter. Antonius throwing $5 out there. Thank you for the support again. Holy crap, you're killing it, Antonius. Do we know what year Terrifier 4 is getting released and when it will start filming? Well, right after the third film, we got a few little inklings of things about Terrifier 4, but we haven't gotten a full, a full anything. Hell, it hardly has an announcement as of right now. You know what I mean? Damian Leone said at the screening, I think it was the screening. What was it? The screening of the premiere of the film or something, that Terrifier 4, yes, it's going to happen. But we don't have anything super official on it. I think David Howard Thornton has also said it's going to focus a little more on Art the Clown's backstory, which yeah, after that little tease in the last one, they better. But we don't have a whole lot that's concrete at the moment for the film, but I'm sure we'll get something very soon, probably in the next year or so. But if I were to guess, Antonius, now that Terrifier is a little more mainstream, we're probably going to get it October of 2026. That's my guess, as of right now. I think they're following a certain route, right? Every 2 years they have one come out, just 2022 we had a Terrifier, 2024 this year we had a Terrifier in October, and it should be the same thing for 2026. I would imagine they're probably they're probably writing the script and getting that all figured out, and they're going to shoot it maybe at the top of 2026, end of 2025 would be my guess. Get all that figured out. But again, this is total speculation as of right now, just a guess. But if I were the marketing team, I'd be like, let's get another one of these out while this is hot, and I wouldn't rush it any more than 2 years. Give them time to get this all figured out, because don't forget, Terrifier 2 had a lot of time in between that first Terrifier and the sequel. There's a lot of time in between 1 and 2, and I think it really benefited the sequel for that reason. So I'm hoping that the same can happen for Terrifier 4. I actually hope that there's a little more time in between T3 and Terrifier 4, just so they can get that all figured out, everything worked out nice and neat. And nothing feels like it's rushed. That would suck if they were to rush the movie where it starts to really get weird and push the story into new territory, which it seems like Terrifier 4 is definitely going to do. So that's my guess as of right now, Antonis, but let me know what you think. I'm curious. Could they get a Terrifier 4 out at a different time period? Maybe it's a holiday horror. You know, maybe it's an Easter horror film and it releases at the top of 2026. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find that out relatively soon. We found out about the Christmas concept for Terrifier 3 a year before it released, don't forget. So we'll get something about Terrifier 4, something big like that. I'm sure of it. Antonis, thank you again for the 5, though. Funny Games was stupid. I still haven't seen it. I just know what the concept is. That's all I know. I think when I was looking through Eli Roth's stuff, I was just like, oh, this, I was reading about Knock Knock, and it's like, oh, it's inspired by like a bunch of older horror movies, just like a lot of his stuff is. I mean, like Thanksgiving is so inspired by Pieces. Something I wish I had put in that video I made. I wish I had talked a little bit about Eli Roth's love of that film, because it's clearly an influence over Thanksgiving. Maybe even a little bit of I Know What You Did Last Summer. A little influence there for sure too. Sloppenheimer, what's up, dude? Love being able to tune into the stream. I'm happy to announce my daughter into this world this morning. Oh my God. Little baby Sloppenheimer just entered the world. Well, that's wonderful to hear, my friend. I'm so glad. Congratulations. That's a wonderful thing to hear. So good luck with that. Congratulations on being a father, a mother. I shouldn't assume, Sloppenheimer, but congratulations regardless. I think that's awesome. Superman is saying, Jake, if Jennifer Love Hewitt is coming back, I don't want her to be to have very little to do. It's not fair. Then don't bring her back. You know why? Should the Fisherman go after a new cast? I want him to go after Julie. Well, I think that's kind of the predicament that a lot of these franchises are in. I'm gonna say it right now. With Scream 7, if they decide to focus on these new characters and not Sidney Prescott, I'm going to be scratching my head the whole time. It would make no sense to me. I think the same goes with I Know What You Did Last Summer, frankly. I think that if they're going to continue this, it has to be, it's got to focus on Julie. I can't see the franchise having new characters unless you want to do something like super cheesy and, the new characters also hit somebody, driving along that same highway. That to me is just that's a stretch and a half. So I say just, put the focus on Julie and Freddie Prinze again, and just try to tell another story about them. Again, I say this, and some people are going to say, but Jake, those stories have been told. And to that, I say, in Scream, I think we could do something else, truly. We could do something else with other characters. It's a murder mystery concept. But I Know What You Did Last Summer, it is a little different. That's a little more of a personal story about these teenager characters, and if you're gonna bring the OGs back, it's not the same as Scream. This is a totally different setup of a film, even though yes, they are very familiar. They're very, very similar, and stylistically they have similar setups, but at the same time also very different. It's much more personal when it comes to I Know What You Did Last Summer versus Scream, in my opinion. At least where Scream has gone in the sequels, it's like that. Okay, this can kind of happen to anybody, and that's what makes Scream an even more interesting franchise, in my opinion. But I Know What You Did Last Summer, the good ones at least, have always focused on this central group of core characters. So I think what it would need to be is have like Julie, have Julie James and Freddie Prinze's character. They're bad, they're getting attacked again from someone who knows what they did many, many, many summers ago now. And new characters get roped into the mix. I really hope they don't go the cheesy route of these characters also hit somebody or some bullshit. No, you can't do that. Like didn't the show just do that and it flopped? There's a reason for that. That's all I'm saying. JPR is saying Deadline has revealed that Celeste O'Connor has been added to the ever-growing Scream 7 film. Just what direction do you honestly believe the 7th installment of Scream will be taking us fans? I'm terrified that it's going to be another Scream 5. That's my big worry. The fans don't want that. The fans think they want that. They don't want that. That's not going to result in a good film. When you make a movie exactly the same way as something that has already been done in an established franchise, 9 times out of 10, it will be done worse. I promise you. I promise you that. I would bet money on it, in fact. So for me, if they're going to just try to recreate Scream 5 and try to set up, do another passing of the torch movie where it's just, oh, we're going to give it off to this new girl again. Fans are not going to like that. Fans are going to complain. The majority of people are going to be very upset and think, what the fuck is going on? We just got this movie. That this is unoriginal. This feels like a cash grab. This sucks. So I really think that if Scream 7 is going to be successful, they got to put the focus entirely on Sydney. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. I'm not crazy about continuing the Sidney Prescott story. I think her story has been told. But I think that Scream 7 has picked a lane. They have picked a lane by announcing Sidney Prescott is back. They announced the movie by saying Neve Campbell is back. Sidney Prescott's she's coming back. It's awesome. You gotta stick to that lane, dude. You can't be in this middle ground of trying to do a little bit of both, of trying to tell a new story and an old story at the same time. It doesn't work. It does not work. It always results in a messy film. I like Scream 5 at points, but there's problems with it. You know what I mean? There's issues. And had they just picked a lane of either telling a new story or telling a story about the legacy characters, it would have been better. So I say put the focus on Sidney Prescott, tell another story with her, make something that feels like Scream 4, where it feels like an extension of the story that's fun and maybe satisfies fans. It could be something that we rank maybe even kind of high in the franchise. Maybe it has a really good killer reveal like Scream 4, which is why that movie ranks so high for me. So maybe that's what this film can be. Maybe this can be something special. But as of right now, I'm a concerned Scream fan. But we'll see. I just hope they're not doing the same thing that they just did. That would just be boring. That would be so boring. There's so many different angles they could take Ghostface that they've only really scratched the surface of, and that they're not doing it, which bums me out. So I'm honestly more excited for this Scream spin-off movie that's allegedly been announced through Production Weekly. It's supposedly going to focus on Kirby Reed, which makes me think that she'll either not be in this new film or will have like a really small role setting up this other movie through Scream 7. That's something I should probably do a video on. That would be interesting. But yeah, apparently we're getting a Kirby spin-off film, and I'm really excited for that. That sounds really interesting to me. That sounds like it could be a fresh new story, something we haven't seen yet. And if that's the case, if that is something successful, rock on, make it happen. Let's see it. I hope it happens though. And I think a lot of that is going to depend on Scream 7's success or failure, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. There was some great stuff in the novelization of Terrifier 2. I have not read the whole thing, but I did read an excerpt of it that was released. And just from that, I could tell that Tim Wagner added a lot to Terrifier 2. There's a whole section, like the whole bedroom sequence is what I read. And they add so much to the character of Allie. They kind of run you through her thought process of like what's going through her head as she's getting ripped to pieces. And it's really interesting and a ton of fun. So to me, I thought that was really cool. But we'll see what else they do. Do we have any other new folks hanging out with us tonight? Didn't like Scream 5 as much, mostly for Dewey's death. I'm just glad that Scream 5 at least had some balls. I was going into Scream 5 expecting the safest, like, just return to the franchise, and in some regards, yeah, it was that, but then they killed two legacy characters right in the middle of the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay, Scream 5, you're not here to play around. Damn. That was exciting. I know some people were sad, but I'm just glad that they did something. They had the balls to do something. Just eating sushi while watching my favorite YouTuber. You're too kind. You're too kind, Jack 5. I appreciate you. Alive with Jack 5 on WNCX, Cleveland's classic rock. I feel like we need like we need something with that. That's great. Joey XYZ is saying I got to watch Stream O, and we all need to pound on James Gunn's door. I thought you were trying to say something else. For David Howard Thornton to be the next Joker. I would love that. I think that would be great. David is really he's really trying to make this happen too. I've been seeing him talking a lot about this, wanting to be the next Joker. That would be sweet. I really think for the next Batman film though, I want to see like some kind of new villain though. You know what I mean? We've gotten so many Joker movies, so many this, so many that. just the same old, same old. Give me like some new characters we haven't seen before. There are some excellent Batman villains out there that have yet to be given a movie adaptation, like a live action movie adaptation, I should say, because there's a lot of great animated Batman movies, but there's just not a whole lot of I don't know, just in my opinion, not a whole lot of great villains in a lot of those live action movies. But of course, the Joker has been done multiple times in really excellent ways. Same with trying to think what else is like, who's another excellent Batman villain. The Riddler, the Riddler in the new movie, pretty solid performance there. Really enjoyed that. But give me something new, give me something weird there too. Jim, I'm so sorry, man. I did not have time to check out that fan film. I worked all weekend. I literally I have not stopped working every single day. I'm going to check it out right after this, though. I promise. I'm going to give that one a watch as soon as we're done here. I was 45 minutes late to this stream because I'm still trying to catch up. Shit's crazy right now. trying to keep my head afloat through the winter season here, trying to run a horror channel. So shit's been tough. No days off. Who needs those? Who needs them anyways? Scott Royston, thanks for being a member again, saying killing Dewey was the worst thing they could have done. The worst thing they could is that the worst thing they could have done? I don't know. I think there are worse things a Scream film could do, like bringing back dead characters, but I didn't say that. My Chunky Jordy is saying, hi, everyone. Please don't forget to send the like button some love. I appreciate that a bunch. I gave you a little shout out in my video today, My Chunky Jordy. I hope you dug that. I gave some friends some shout outs because some of y'all have recommended me movies. And I wanted to throw a little love your guys' way. Dean Renner is saying, I'm here. He's all excited. Yeah. Are you excited, Dean? Because I'm excited. I'm so excited. I just got A Quiet Place Day 1, the steelbook of that, Dean. I know you don't care, but I want to tell you anyways. I got this movie and I watched it again. I'm going to be honest, dude. I think it might be my favorite A Quiet Place. That's what I'm thinking about. I really do. I don't know, man. The more I watch that film, the more I'm like, this is so excellent. This is genuinely awesome. I think it might. I don't know. It's my favorite. Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn are just so fantastic, so magnetic in that film. I'm blown away by their performance every single time. I can't. I did not expect to like this one as much as I did. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite Quiet Place. I need the next one. I want to give the Quiet Places a chance. They grew on me. I'll be honest, Dean. For a while there, I was like, these are fine. These are fine. They're fun one-time watches. And then you watch them again, and I've just come to appreciate them a lot more. There are some movies nowadays where you rewatch them so many times and you're like, okay, I'm just kind of sick of this. Quiet Place has grown on me. It really has. Especially this new one. I think this new movie has kind of changed my outlook on the franchise a lot more. Perry Moberg is saying, I'm hyped Dracula and werewolf movies are making a comeback. Yes. Yeah. They're trying. They're trying, right? They just cannot get a vampire movie to make a ton of money, which is such a shame. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Is it just is it an outdated concept? Is it too old school for modern audiences? I don't know. But there's been so many good vampire movies in the last couple of years, and they just, I don't know, none of them have really hit. There have been some bad ones, admittedly, but I really enjoyed Abigail. That was a ton of fun. That was awesome. I'd watch that again, I have not picked that one up, even though I would like to add it to the collection. I think just most radio silence movies I just want to have on the shelf, but that Werewolves from Stephen C. Miller is coming out this week. Definitely give that one a watch. Jake, Nev was only 26 in Scream 3. That just makes me sad because I'm 26 and and I'm not in Scream 3 right now. Superman, that just makes me a little sad. Bro, Stream is crazy with that arcade kill, the sex scene kill with player 2 and 3. This movie blew my mind. I'm glad you liked it, Comedic Creeps. I got to go to the premiere and it was a blast. Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton was there, so my Reanimator loving heart was just so excited to be in the same room as both of those people at the same time. I didn't think I was gonna survive. I genuinely thought my heart was just gonna everywhere, all over the room. But it was so cool. It was a great time, great movie. And I'm not gonna lie, when we sat down, Madison and I went. I literally looked at her and I'm like, what if this movie sucks? Like, I really hope it doesn't. I really hope it's good. Like, I'm so worried, you know. I'm gonna be honest, you know, in my review, and I genuinely loved it. Like, it was really blow your mind crazy. Really good time. I think my only really big criticism of it is some of the characters. I don't know if I love all the character setups, but it's a very fun film with some brutal kills. And yeah, that scene with Player 2 and Player 3, top 5 kill of the entire year, easily. And that's Damien Leone doing the special effects there. That's what you get. That's what you get with him doing your makeup effects. So it's very, very impressive. Jim, I'm so sorry, man. I genuinely am going to watch it right after this. This has been so nutty. My entire content plan went out the window because I did not expect Killjoy Jake Retro to do as well as it has been. So basically the last month was, oh, this is like actually working. It's literally that Plankton meme where he's like, oh, I didn't think I'd get this far. That has been me for the last month right now, because I did not think that this channel would be hitting as much as it has. That creep video got over 3,000 views. The Thanksgiving one is at 1,500 views, according to my analytics. And we're more than we're more than, not halfway, we're nearly halfway, but we're a third of the way to monetization on the video, on that page, with only 2 videos. I did not even remotely expect that. I'm like, holy shit. So I've kind of been like just restructuring everything I've been doing lately, and putting a lot of focus into this new channel, because I'm really grateful that it's hitting. So I will be checking it out very soon, and probably right after the stream. So I will let you know soon. Chad's been stabbed more than Michael freaking Myers and lived through it. Michael's been stabbed a lot, my friend. But I think that's fun, though. I don't know. We just want to crap on I think a lot of people just want to crap on these new Scream movies. But man, you know, all the sequels have ridiculous problems like that. Ghostface jumps out of thin air multiple times in Scream 2, and no one cares about that. But it's okay. I don't care. You know, I don't care, but it does happen. Dean Renner is saying, I started the original but never finished it, never made it to the sequel and prequel. Well, you know, honestly, if you're not crazy about A Quiet Place, I recommend just watch the new one. Like, watch the new one and let me know your thoughts on that. The new one, it's a ton of fun. It's so much fun, and the performances are probably the most effective in the whole franchise for me. Jason Carpenter just made it in. What's up? How's it going? Thanks for being a member. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Jason. It is it's the season. 'Tis the season and all that. It's a scary time for horror fans, because everyone's jolly and happy, and we don't know what the fuck to do about that. Oh my God. Everyone's giving each other presents, hugs and kisses and eggnog. Fuck. I wish it was a month ago. Brutal. But happy holidays, Jason. So yeah, we're all scared. We're all scared. Wait till you're my age, Jake, which is 31. I got 5 more years until then, Cody. It's crazy shit. I watched this anthology movie called Hilarious on Tubi 2019. It was so funny. It sounds hilarious. Not hilarious, but hilarious. Hey, Tori, how's it going? What's up? The Horror Tori is hanging out with us, talking a little horror with Horror Tori. Slasher Studios is saying, do you think we should do an I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy? Oh, God. Like one more is pushing it. Give me one more. Oh my God. I know you mentioned this one. This is one of the past streams, but you were talking about Brandy. Oh, you want me to talk about? I got you. Yeah, Brandy Norris. Yeah, I'd love to see her in this new movie. That'd be fun. Okay. I remember what you're talking about. We had brought up before that maybe they're going to tease Brandy like Kirby in Scream 5 and then bring her into the next sequel. They might do that with Brandy here. They could. The new trend is to start a trilogy with everything that, with every past horror property, even if it doesn't need a new trilogy. Unfortunately, here's my thinking on this, though. It genuinely, it has killed some movies for me. The First Omen is a movie that a lot of people loved this year, and it's got a lot of things to love about it. Nell Tiger Free's performance. I think a lot of the setups and the shots are gorgeous. Some great stuff in there. Some good scares. But they dedicate the third act of this movie to setting up 2 more sequels. Like, I don't even think it's arguable. The third act of this film is to set up more because they decide, oh, actually, Damien was not an only child. Oh, see, we could do more movies on this. You guys definitely want this, right? Man, I don't know. Not everything needs to be a trilogy. That's my big thing. Some stories are short. Some stories only have to be a single movie, and it's franchise by franchise, case by case. And with I Know What You Did Last Summer, the fact that there's even 2 of these movies that push that same story is kind of crazy, in my humble opinion. It's very much so an open shut case. But if I've always said with I Know What You Did Last Summer, if you want to make sequels, just detach yourself from the original and just have some guy with a hook hand run around killing people. Do a Scream, but with a fisherman. You know what I mean? I don't even think like fans of the franchise would be that upset because like, I think if you're a fan of I Know What You Did Last Summer, you're also a fan of Scream. They're just very similar in the ways that they're shot, how the characters work and interact with each other. Very similar, very 90s franchises. I say just do that. Just, detach from the past and give me some kind of murder mystery thing, But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough trying to do this new movie and have the new characters in there. But, again, we'll see. We'll see what's up. The couch cleaner is coming to get the dog piss out of my couch so I can watch horror movies comfortably again. Good. I'm so glad we got this update, Jack. I'm terribly. I'm so sorry about that. Sorry if I was ribbing you a little bit on the last stream that you were talking about this because it was just very funny. It came out of absolutely nowhere. Emma Roberts should return to the Scream saga. Marquise, they were gonna do a whole trilogy that focused on Jill, and I think it's the coolest idea ever. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I wish we could have seen that story play out, where Jill had gotten away at the end of Scream 4, and then the next movie is all about her at college, and Ghostface and a new Ghostface is coming after her, who knows her secret. It's kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer, but with Ghostface. That would have been so cool. That would have been dope as fuck. But we didn't get that story, unfortunately, Marquise. Makes me sad. Would have loved to have seen that play out. But thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Chad is simply too Chad to die. And I can't argue with that. It would be really funny if in Hard Eyes, Mason Gooding gets stabbed like 100 times and survives again. He's going to be like the Sean Bean of horror. Like he just keeps having like this one thing continuously happen to him in every single movie. And then it's just like, it's a staple. It's just a staple of the characters he plays. That'd be funny. But yeah, I'm excited for Hard Eyes. Looks like it's going to be a fun slasher. We've already seen from that first trailer that they have a pretty awesome kill in there, man. So I hope the rest of the kills reflect that. Jordan Caleb is saying, sup, Jake, have you seen Ginger Snaps from 2000? Yes, it stars Catherine Isabel. It's my favorite horror film of all time. That is also my cousin's favorite horror film of all time. He loves that movie. Yeah, it's a ton of fun, dude. It's a great werewolf movie that I always forget about whenever I'm talking about werewolf movies. I'm always like, oh, what's a 2000s werewolf movie? I can never think of one. And then I forget that Ginger Snaps and the one from Neil Marshall, Dog Soldiers, exists, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are movies. Dog Soldiers I'm not crazy about, but Ginger Snaps is fun. It's a really fun time. I really like how the werewolves look in that movie too. That's cool. But for me personally, when it comes to werewolf films, I love The Howling. I love Silver Bullet. I think that's crazy underrated. And like the gold star is of course American Werewolf in London. I mean, come on now, that's it's a terrifying horror movie with some excellent effects. That's Rick Baker, right, who did the effects in that. Great stuff there. Hard Eyes reminds me of Valentine from 2001. That's a great movie. That's a really fun one. Valentine is a movie I constantly talk about for being a great, it comes out in the wake of Scream when that was really popular. That style of horror films. We're going to make horror films cool and edgy, and the teens are going to love it. Those style of movies. And Valentine 2001 is absolutely one of those films. It's really well done, in my opinion, because the twist at the end, I personally didn't see coming. I thought it was like, oh shit. And the way they do the reveal is really special, in my opinion. It's very unique to this film. So this is an underrated one. from that time period. I really enjoy Valentine. It's a fun one. It comes from Jamie Blanks too, who did Urban Legend, which also another that's to me, Urban Legend is the franchise that should be continued right now. Like, I know what you did last summer. That's so landlocked in that first movie. Urban Legend, you could do a ton of those movies. You could do so many more. It's Scream, but with, instead of movie commentary, it's Urban Legend commentary. Where's the new Urban Legend film? What the fuck? Where's the new The Faculty? Where's the new Valentine? These are movies you could continue. That the Scream fans who are out and about right now going to the cinema to see the new Scream films would probably love to see. And I don't know. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Make it happen. Who would you pick out of Freddy, Michael, and Jason? Like, just who's my favorite from these folks, James Leclerc? It's really tough. If I had to say, like, who would I want fighting for me? Probably Freddy, just because, like, he's crazy superpowers. So does Michael and Jason, but Freddy's like, he can do fucking anything in dreams. That's crazy to me. Who's my favorite just in general? Probably Michael. Michael is the most mysterious to me, and that's what I love about him. If we're just talking about the first movie, Michael, like I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by Michael Myers. I think he's a great character. They don't give you too much about him, but just enough to where you can start to speculate. But it's a ton of fun. I love Jason too, though. The Friday movies are a blast. I watch them every summer. I try to watch a couple of them every summer for sure. They're so much fun. I don't know how many Purge movies there are, but I never got into them. They're not for me either, Perry. There are 5 of them, and I had the pleasure of seeing a couple of them in theaters, but I don't know. 2 and 3 are really fun because of Frank Grillo. He rocks. He's awesome. But besides that, I really have no interest in watching any of the other ones. And like the first one, a lot of people really like. They're like, okay, that one's good. Ethan Hawke. Come on, you gotta love Ethan Hawke. It's fine. They took this dope ass concept and they utilized it so that Ethan Hawke can't call the police during a home invasion thriller. That to me is just really boring. Like, I don't know. I've never been crazy about The Purge. That's one where I'm like, that didn't work for me. It's honestly, the first Purge is honestly one of my least favorites from the entire franchise. Like 2 and 3, the best utilization of the concept, in my opinion. Those are the best ones. But 1, I don't know. It's fine. 4 and 5 are unwatchable. But 1, 2, and 3, it's an odd trilogy. I don't know. They're not really for me. But they're interesting films nonetheless. Gotta bounce, everyone. Hit the like and sub to Killjoy Jake. Thank you so much, Cody. Appreciate that a bunch. Sorry you gotta peace out. I really liked The Boy Who Cried Wolf from 2010. I think that I know all these obscure horror flicks, and then Madison comes at me with some of the craziest shit that I've never even heard of. She showed me this movie, and I think I talked about this before on stream, but she showed me this movie called The Messengers from like 2007 that stars, I think it's Kristen Stewart prior to the Twilight days. And it was good. It's a really good movie. It comes from Ghost House Pictures, so it's got like a Sam Raimi vibe to it, but obviously he didn't direct it. I like it. It's fun. It's a fun little movie, but I like all the movies that you show me, Madison. They're fun. They're really fun movies. The Boy Who Cried Wolf is one I have not. The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, I should say, is one I do not know. I'm not aware of this one, but I should learn a little more about it for sure. We 100% need another Faculty movie. That would be fun. I like the idea of just another alien coming to a high school, and we got to figure out who it is amongst the group. That's easy. You know what I mean? That's easy. It's a little bit of sci-fi in your murder mystery. Like, fuck yeah, man. That's cool. The Faculty's great, man. I would love another one of those. Did you buy anything from the Umbrella Entertainment Black Friday sale? I bought some stuff. Dude, I fucked up actually. I might actually give this movie away at some point, but let me show you something. So, for one of the Black Friday deals, does this have my address on it? Should I not be showing this to the internet? No, it doesn't. Okay, thank God. I found that they had The Shining on 4K, and I'm leaving it in the packaging. They had this for $10, and I show my girlfriend. I'm like, look what they had on Amazon for $10. This usually goes for $50. She's like, Jake, I bought you that for Christmas. And I'm like, well, fuck. Shit. This is why you don't buy for yourself around this time of year, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm probably going to give this away on a future stream. I was going to wait, but you brought it up, Jack 5. So, it's kind of your fault that you're spoiling this. Kidding. But it's a 4K of The Shining. I hear it's a good scan. I might give it away sometime soon. This is a good winter horror movie too. This is a good one to watch during this time of year because, well, you guys know about the third act, I'm sure. I think most horror fans have seen this movie, right? Like most people have seen this one. I'm not spoiling anything by saying that. So I might give that away sometime soon. But I ended up getting that for myself on top of a bunch of stuff for my family and friends. Valentine didn't need a sequel, but I would certainly love to see one. I agree. Yeah, it doesn't need a sequel, but like a modern interpretation of that, I'm not against it. It'd be fun. A lot of these murder mysteries, I wouldn't mind being remade because you could just like change who the killer is and then it's fresh again. but again, all things in execution. If it sucks, it sucks. Jagman, what's up, dog? Stop. Is saying Jake is the best horror YouTuber. You're too kind. You're far too kind. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thanks for being here, my friend. Screams have a new cast member from Freaky. Okay, so I thought she was in Freaky, and I was like, wait a minute, who is she in Freaky? Because I looked through the cast, and then I don't think she was popping up, but maybe she is, and I just missed it. Okay, so yeah, who the fuck is she in this movie? She's Nyla Jones. I gotta watch Freaky again because I'm like, I don't even remember that character. I remember like Catherine Newton and her friend group. Like I remember a lot of them, but man, I don't remember who Nyla was. I must have forgotten. But that's exciting. I saw that her biggest credit was Madam Web, and I got so scared. I'm like, oh no, dear God. But I guess that's kind of like saying that, oh, that's Sydney Sweeney from Madam Web. You know what I mean? Like she has 1,000 other credits that are so much better than that. It's not really fair to say, right? So, what else is it? Who else is with us tonight? Jack 5 is saying definitely worth it for The Faculty. Okay, yeah, The Faculty is totally worth the watch. Let me know in the next stream what you thought about the movie. Yeah, for sure. The Faculty's fun. Try to guess the killer. I won't say who. But it's a fun one. I was like I was hot and cold on a certain person, and that person ended up being the killer. I won't say any more than that. But yeah, the Shining scan I hear is good. It's one of the best 4K transfers done so far. Phenomenal job on that one. Damn, I almost don't want to give this away. I hope someone gets it for me for for Christmas. No, but that's sick as fuck, dude. So I'll probably give this away on a future stream. I'm trying to figure out. I want to do like a giveaway stream. I want people coming into that knowing they're gonna get something, because you guys know I like to just give shit away on stream. It's too much fun, but I'll set that up a little bit before I actually do it. So at some point, just hang out in these streams. You never know. You'll get horror movies. It's the best part of coming into Killjoy Jake streams. I'll happily take The Shining 4K. See, look at that. We got people hungry for it. It's exciting. This is just the appetizer. You know what I mean? We're setting the mood. We're setting the mood for it. Gory Tiger saying, "What's up? How's it going, bro? Are you excited for Scary Movie 6? I know I am. And speaking of which, what's up? What's up? God, I'm excited. Can't wait for that movie. It's going to be fun. Welcome in the goriest of tigers. JPR is also with us, and I'm going to take another crack at this name here. Okay. I can't even remember what I said last time. Jurassic Park Raptors. Is it Jurassic Park Raptors? Is that what it stands for? I don't know. JPR. Hey, Jake, what's your opinion on Prey and Alien Romulus? What's your opinion of the directions it's looking like these two Alien franchises will be going in? Well, Jurassic Park Raptors, I really enjoy both of these movies. Prey fucking rocked, but you know what I'm going to say about that is I went back and I watched Prey like once, and I'm like, this is sick. I haven't gone back and watched it again. I don't know if I've had like an immediate, like, I gotta see this movie again. Alien Romulus, on the other hand, I just watched it again, and I'm like, that movie fucking rocked, dude. I have my criticisms, the weird face thing on the android. That was a mistake in my opinion, especially when Michael Fassbender is still active. What the fuck? Why is he not the android in that movie? I don't know. Genuinely just a misstep with that one. But the only other problem I have with Romulus is repeating the line from Aliens 2, which is like, dude, no, sorry. That's reserved for Ripley and Ripley alone. But besides that, David Johnson's performance as Andy is so fucking good, so excellent. And I absolutely love Kaylee Spaney. I think her best role to date, easily. So I don't know. I loved Alien Romulus. The special effects were great. The practicals and the VFX, even though Fede Alvarez claims it's all practical, it's clearly not, but that's okay. I love the VFX work and the practical effects in that movie. It's excellent. And the performances across the board. The storyline was really interesting, very thought out. I like the idea of the spaceship being having two halves of Romulus and Remus. And that works very well with the fable, if you've heard it. It's a really thought out movie. I don't know. I think it's easily the third best Alien flick, for sure. Prey might be my favorite Predator sequel, though. Still, even though Predators fucking rocks in my opinion. I think that movie's so much fun. That Predators is another movie like Romulus where I just have one big issue with it, and that's about it. And all I'm going to say is Topher Grace's character. What the fuck was that ending? But besides that, Predators rocks, man. It's so much fun. Predators, probably my favorite Predator sequel. But Prey, very good. Amber Midthunder is an excellent lead. Probably my favorite lead in the franchise besides Schwarzenegger, of course. But man, I really like these two movies. And I'm excited for Badlands, coming also again from Dan Trachtenberg, who have faith in both of these guys, Dan and Fede. They know what the fuck they're doing. They clearly love these franchises. I think these are some of the best sequels in both their respective franchises. And I'm glad both of them are having a bit of a little bit of life shot back into them. I wasn't crazy about some of the most, like before that, the latest wave of Alien and Predator films. Like, The Predator, that's got to be the worst one, right? Come on. That was rough. And I didn't love Prometheus and Alien Covenant until I saw Romulus. Romulus made those movies work a little more for me, but I'm still not like over the moon about them. So I don't know. This to me, these are some big high points, some big spikes in those respective franchises. Hoping to see more of the same quality. Madison is saying, maybe you shouldn't have after I specifically told you not to buy it for yourself. She did tell me that, and I still went ahead and bought it. I was so excited. I was like, it's $10. That's crazy. That's a crazy deal. I gotta get that. $10 for The Shining on 4K? You can't tell me not to buy that. Art the Clown is with us tonight, saying I'm happy Art won't be milked in the farm for 10 more sequels. That's really funny. I agree, though. I think, again, I love Art the Clown. I love Terrifier, man. But if they just make 1,000 of these movies, we're gonna get sick of it. And some of them are gonna be bad. It's just the laws of nature in horror franchises. You make 10 sequels, a couple of them are bound to be bad. I think that with Terrifier, they should end it after 4 or 5. That's where they should just leave it. If someone wants to reboot the franchise, fine. But let Damien finish his story out, then they can do something else with it. But I think that's gonna be it for Terrifier for a little while. Yeah, make Terrifier 4, maybe make Terrifier 5 to wrap everything up in a nice, neat little bow. Call it a day. That's all we need. I heard that Silent Night, Deadly Night is on 4K. That I believe that just got a 4K transfer. I would love to buy that one. That's a really fun movie, man. Punish. It's ridiculous. Oh, I love it. That's another one I should put on this for this time of year, man. I should. I'm on the fence about doing a video essay on that one. By the way, I need one more Christmas horror to do a big video essay on, and I'm curious what you guys think I should do. It's between Silent Night, Deadly Night, and what's the name of that movie? Better Watch Out. Better Watch Out is the other one I'm thinking about tackling too. I'm definitely I'm doing Krampus for this Thursday. That comes out Thursday evening because I'm going to have a review video out early Thursday. And then I know I'm doing Black Christmas on like a couple weeks after that. I got to do Black Christmas. I love that movie to death. But in between then, I don't know what I'm going to cover. I've been on the fence. About another movie. I'm also thinking about breaking it up. I'm like, 3 Christmas movies in a row. Are people going to get sick of that? Am I just going to turn into a Christmas channel? I don't know. but we'll see. I'm curious what you guys think. Jagman is saying, can you make a video about every horror movie in each U.S. state? That's a really interesting request. I could do something about that. That would be fun. I'm trying to think. I don't know if would I do like my favorite horror movie that takes place in every state, or just like a movie that's in every state? Because that lends itself to a sequel. You know what I mean? If I just do, here are 50 horror movies that take place in each U.S. state. Then it's like, oh, people like that. I could do another one where it's like, here's another one of 50 more movies that take place in every state. You can totally find 2 movies from every state. I think you could. An hour of research, you can make that happen. I say, just off the top of my head, I mean, you could come up with a few. I mean, there's at least a couple Stephen King movies that take place across multiple states in the U.S. He likes to write wherever typically his books take place where he's at when he writes them. Like there's a lot of Colorado Stephen King novels, and you're like, wait, but he lives in Maine. Well, he lived in Colorado for a little while, and he wrote there. The Stand, The Shining. What else takes place in Colorado? Yeah, like they're in Boulder, Colorado for a little bit of the Stand, which is cool. They're in Las Vegas too. There, I guess. And Maine, I mean, like half of it, the majority of his novels take place in Maine, right? So, I mean, just from Stephen King alone, you could knock off a couple of states. That's a really good, that's an interesting request, Jag, man. I'll think about that. Jake, I think you should make a Discord server, and if you do, can you tell me? You know, I absolutely will, because that's been a request for a while. Apologies, I'm a snail. I move so slowly on a lot of things, but. Speaking of things I move very slowly on, I just got around to revamping the merch store. I think I said like 6 months ago, like I was going to do that, and I finally did it this past weekend. I've just been meaning to pull the trigger on that, and I'm so apologies that it took me so long, but finally we have some good merch from an actually really good store. Because the last store, it was rough. But let me throw some of these things at you real quick, and I swear to God I won't linger on this too long. I'm just excited. It's a very exciting time because these are some really cool designs. I made them myself. I worked very hard on these. I worked so hard on these little bad boys. But they're cool as fuck. So we have a new Wes Carpenter shirt, which looks like this on the front and this on the back, which I think is sick. Love that new logo. Thank you to Mace Breaker for designing some of these for me. You got a little ghost face on the sleeve, too, of this Wes Carpenter shirt. So it's a little bit of a revamp. Dope-ass fucking sweatpants. Instead of having Friends I Have Horror Movies, you can get yourself a Killjoy Jake beanie with that logo on it, or maybe this one. And then also, this is the back of the hoodie, and I don't have the front, which has the Killjoy Jake logo on it. Because that one just decided not to load. But some cool stuff in the store, I guess is my point. It's a brand new store, and it's not like the shitty last one that I had. So check it out. Fourth Wall fucking rocks. But let's get back to it. Just do the states with the best films. I could do that, Corpse Grinder, for sure. Yeah, do I do like best films from each state? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to think. That could be something. When are you going to cover the Twisted Childhood universe? What I mean is, when are you going to cover the upcoming films? What are you most excited for? I'm going to do a full video at some point. It's probably going to be next week because I have I got a big review coming this week on this page, and that's going to be about it. But I am going to do a full video on this. I think it fits for like the end of December because as we get into the top of the year, that's when they're going to start releasing more of these. So I think that makes sense to do then. And also we're getting we're going to get a lot more news. I think probably next week, the week after on the TCU. But Twisted Childhood Universe, yeah, I'm going to do a full video on this. They announced more sequels maybe a month ago, and I've been just meaning to do a full video on it. You guys know it shit's crazy right now. But I absolutely will be talking about this soon. What am I the most excited for? Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, dude. Like, that looks sick. That looks like it's going to be something really, really special, really different. I'm very excited for that. And the Pooniverse, of course. Come on now. The Pooniverse. What a title. 10 out of 10. I can't wait for that one. The amalgamation of all these movies coming together for one big, insane blast of a slasher film. An epic. That's, of course, the one I'm the most excited for. Jack 5 is saying the horror shelf in the background inspires me to buy a Billy shelf. You know, the other one I had this tan one, and I just kept it was teetering. It was going like this a little bit, every couple of months. I got rid of that one and I got the black one, and it is much sleeker and it holds everything much nicer. So It's almost full though, which is the problem. Like I'm gonna need another shelf soon. I just added a few more movies on there, and like all my stuff down here is all squished together. Oh, good problems to have though, Jack. Well, Jake, sorry to say, but you're wrong. It ain't Jurassic Park Raptors. Good guess. Admittedly, it was a good guess, but another good guess. What's your opinion on the upcoming Black Phone sequel? This is another one where I'm like, I don't think the Black Phone needs a sequel, but I'll see it. You know, like, okay, sure. Why not? Well, I'll check it out, see what it's all about. And it's Scott Derrickson doing it again, so that's going to be fun. So rock on, Scott Derrickson. I hope this is fun. I hope it works. He doesn't have a book to base it off of this time around, which I think is interesting. So he can kind of do whatever he wants with this new sequel. Just kind of take it in a brand new direction. Will Ethan Hawke be back? You know, did he live? Well, I don't know. I have so many questions. Just Jess, what's up, Jessica? How's it going? Jess, we got to hop on COD sometime. It's been far too long. It's been far too long since we played Call of Duty. What's up, fella? How's it going? Oh, hello there. Come here often? Oh, I come here often, all right. I come here for the flesh suit, man. That's what I'm here for. What about Maniac Killer from Maniac? Oh, we could use another Maniac movie. Wasn't Elijah Wood in the remake? I saw that movie like when it came out, and I don't remember it. Would love to revisit that one. Jason Dyer, haven't seen this face in a long time. What's up, Jason? How's it going? Any alligator news? Jake, make my Christmas dreams come true with alligator news. God, I hope so. Jason, I hope we get the alligator remake news coming soon. I'll write and direct it. I'll star in it. Fuck, I'll paint myself green and I'll just swim around in the ocean like a scary little alligator. I'll do it. I'll do it if it means making another one of these, damn it. Somebody get John Sayles on the phone. I want to make this movie. Jason, love seeing you though here, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Add another shelf on the other side. Well, Legion, I'm finally going to be moving out of here sometime soon. The girlfriend and I are getting an apartment at some point, so she's going to have to deal with the fact that we're getting another shelf for movies. But that is probably going to happen sometime soon, realistically. And that's another weird thing. We're going to have a new set in like a year. Like this room's going to be gone. I've done like almost every video in here for the last like 3 years, and we're going to have a whole new set. It's crazy. It's like I'm kind of nervous. It's like, ooh, it's exciting. I get to design a new set though, and I'm hyped about that because I've been looking at this for a long goddamn while. And the set has improved over the years. I mean, I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time where like I was sitting up against the wall in a chair that broke. I actually broke the fucking chair that was like right there. That's where all my videos were filmed. Now I got a desk. And we got a whole ass background with posters and all this bullshit. It's awesome. We've been doing a lot of upgrading in the last 5 years. But next year, we're going to have a new set, and it's going to be exciting. I'm excited to get into it. Madison says I'm down after the stream if you both are. I'll play games for an hour. I gotta make a Scream video. Out of note, we got some Scream 7 news, and I gotta hit that at some point. But I will be on. I will be on after this. Is there any news on a Stream sequel? I hope we get a Stream sequel. I remember for the longest time, director Michael Levy was saying it all depends on the box office performance of this new movie. And it did okay. I don't know if it did, it wasn't doing Terrifier 2 numbers, admittedly, but it did okay. It made some money. But I hope we get another one. I really do. And you know why, you know what else I want from a Stream sequel? I think they got to honor the legacy of Tony Todd in one of his final film appearances in Stream, which they this is such a bummer and kind of a spoiler, I guess, for Stream that, obviously, unfortunately, is not happening now. But they were kind of setting up Tony Todd to be the next game master for a sequel, which is so sad. It's such a bummer, dude. Rest in peace to an absolute horror legend, man. It's a major bummer. The Maniac remake is one of the best remakes, I promise. Okay, you know what? Maybe I got to revisit that one. I got to sit down with that one at some point. I put out this video today, Ty, and I'm like, I can't believe this one's not getting more views. That's crazy. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I just put out a video with it's talking about 6 horror movies that are truly fucked up. Mind fuck dark horror movies that are going to put you in a bad place. And I think right now the world needs to be in a good place. I think right now the world wants to escape reality a little bit. So I'm thinking about like what's the what movies do I cover this month with that in mind? What are good escape from reality movies? Krampus, I feel like is a great one. Krampus is perfect to come out this week. So I'm trying to think. Do I want to cover something like Maniac right now? is that the vibe? I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of something to put on for next week. Something preferably a little more like it has that escape from reality feel and touch to it. That I guess that's what I'm looking for. Legion, chill the fuck out, dude. Say that one more time, you know what's gonna happen. Chill out, bro. No, stop the count, bro. Stop the count. Can we react to the trailer for stream? We can react to the whole ass movie. It's out now, Jim. Look at that. It's crazy shit. I'm just counting the seconds for my Terrifier popcorn bucket to come. I can't wait for that too. It bums me out that they don't have these popcorn buckets like the day of. You can get the ones in store if you're there like early in the, when the fucking theater opens. But for the rest of us, we gotta wait all this long while, which is crazy. Can you put on my movie I requested next week? What the Stab fan film? We can watch that. let me give it a watch. Let me see what it's all about, and we'll see. I'm doing these watch parties on Wednesday now, which is fun. Apologies that I had to cancel the one last week, but we're watching The Descent this week, literally tomorrow or 2 days from now. Sorry, that's tomorrow is not Wednesday. Watch party Wednesdays. We're watching The Descent this week. It's gonna be fun. Stop on by. We're gonna watch some crazier, maybe like Christmas horrors as we get into the month. But I will look at this one. I'll see if we can watch this one. See what it's all about. We all summon him. We don't need Candyman running around right now. We don't need Beetlejuice running around either, which is so funny. I love that scene. And is it Ted or Ted 2? I don't remember, where Mark Wahlberg is like, like he goes, Beetlejuice. He's like, whoa, dude, stop. We don't need that guy running around in here. Like he really thinks that Beetlejuice is going to pop up. Dude, that's so funny, man. Cracks me up every time. Ty Lee is saying it's not POV the whole movie, not like in a violent nature. I think it's great and it's more visceral and extreme than the original, the Maniac remake. I do got to revisit this one though. I will say that, Ty. I want to get into this one at some point. I watched it like when it came out, and I think this was like 2010, like this was an early 2010s film if I remember correctly. And I was young. I don't know if I really appreciated film as much back then, but the only thing I remember is that there's a really brutal kill with a mirror on the ceiling. That is the one thing I remember from that movie that really stuck with me. And Frodo killing people, which is crazy. The Lord of the Rings is like my favorite movies ever. Like those were, I love horror films, man. Don't get me wrong, but Lord of the Rings, that is number one, always going to be top of the list for me personally. And I just remember watching that movie and be like, Frodo's not a bad guy, man. What's going on? Why is Frodo killing people? It's so funny. No, but I'll have to get into that one again, Ty. I've seen the original. And I remember that one a little bit. We watched it before Red Right Hand for inspiration, but I'll have to get into this one again. JPR is excited for Smile 3. Hopefully it doesn't miss, considering how amazing Smile 2 ended, even though it was honestly predictable. Random idea, Jake. Could you see a Gremlin sequel occurring? Smile 2 was predictable. I don't know if, I think there's an aspect to it that was predictable. I don't know if it happening where it happened was predictable. And that's all I'll say without spoiling it. That to me was the shock. That was the shock and surprise of that one. Could I see another Gremlin sequel coming about? They've been talking about it for years. I say, yeah, it'll probably happen eventually. And I say that because Beetlejuice 2 happened after years and years and years and years of talking about making that one, and they finally did it. We are in what's in season right now is sequels, man. Make a sequel, it'll make some money. Most of the time. Good, bad, somewhere in the middle, doesn't matter. If it's a sequel to something from the past, people will check it out right now. So yeah, will they make another Gremlin sequel? Sure, probably. Didn't they just make like a series? Wasn't there like Secrets of the Mogwai or something like that? Like just came out. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but that was fun. That was a fun little series, I hear. But I would love another one. That would be cool. With Smile, that franchise could end right now and I'd be happy. Or if it continued, sure, why not? But either way, I'm here for it. Parker Finn has impressed, in my opinion. Did I hear some news from the Netherlands that Tony Todd does have one last appearance in the new Final Destination movie? That is what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing, is that he got his scenes done for that movie. And I think there's another posthumous release coming out at the top of next year. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but I remember reading a Bloody Disgusting article on it. So yeah, no, I think Tony Todd's got, there's still some more, we still got some more things we haven't seen from him, which is dope. So. Wait, what? Jim Ross, that's dope. The movie has a reference to one of the kills from Red Right Hand. Really? No way. Well, now I gotta see this fan film. That's dope as fuck. I appreciate that a bunch. I know that there's another Scream fan film that referenced Red Right Hand, which I appreciate so much. It's dope. Red Right Hand references other Scream fan films too. So we have a lot of people in the end credits that have also made stab films or Scream fan films, which was really cool to collaborate with all those people on that. So ton of fun. I cannot wait to get Chicken Man off the ground, man. I'm so excited. I've been sitting on this egg, which is really funny. Really funny thing to say about that. I've been sitting on it for such a long time, and it's done, it's perfected, and I'm just trying to figure out a good time to release it. So I'm just kind of I'm so many things going on right now. I'm like, let's set up Killjoy Jake Retro. Let's get this monetized, and then we'll release this short film. But it's banging, man. I don't think I can put it on this page though. Like, I put out the promotion, which we made for a 48-hour film festival, just to see, like how is this gonna do? And in October, the best month of the year for me, this thing bombs. It has less than 1,000 views. And we worked really hard on it. It's a fun little short film. Again, we made it in 48 hours, don't critically analyze it that much, but we worked really hard on this one. I was like, okay, it should get some views, right? No, no, dead in the water right now, but I'm going to start a new page and get that thing up soon. I really want you guys to see it. It's a ton of fun. Really, really fun little short film. So soon, coming out soon. Scott Royston is saying they've been talking about it, but they never really planned a release date. I know they're doing a Goonies 2 in 2026. I'd see Goonies 2. Fuck it. Sure. I guess. God damn. Yeah, and Gladiator 2 also just came out. I didn't see it. I want to rewatch the original before I see the sequel. I'm not hearing very good things, though. I hear it made a lot of money, but I'm not hearing the best reviews about it. I hear it's kind of just like callbacks to the past, the movie. Ridley Scott needed money. Slasher Studios is saying, Jake, I hope Strangers Chapter 2 and 3 are good, unlike the last one, weakest one in the Strangers franchise, but it is still watchable. It was tough for me to sit through. That's all I'm going to say. Hope the last two movies in the trilogy are good. Thoughts? I have no faith. Like, dude, I am the biggest. If you guys have been watching this page for the last 5 years, you know I am the biggest optimist when it comes to horror movies. I have zero faith in the Strangers Chapter 2 and 3. I don't think I've even ever said that about upcoming horror movies. Like, I always have a little bit of love or a little, like, something positive to say. I have nothing positive to say about the Strangers Chapter 2, man. That teaser trailer was a waste of my time. What? Why would that be the teaser trailer, dude? They just revealed who the killers are going to be, and it's I don't know. I'm bummed out by the Strangers, the new Strangers movies. I don't think that there is a franchise continuation out there in the modern day that has missed the point of what made those movies so good, like the Strangers Chapter 1. Never have I seen something fail as miserably as that film. So I have no faith, which is such a bummer to say, because I think there is a lot of great stuff going on with not in the film, but I think there's a lot of cool people who worked on the Strangers Chapter 1. But I don't know what the fuck happened. I mean, it is a disaster. I don't know. I know some people are like Jeepers Creepers Reborn. That's the worst franchise continuation. This to me is the one that disappointed me the most. Strangers Chapter 1. I loved that theater. Just bummed out, dude. Bummed the fuck out. That was not a Strangers movie. That was a straight to streaming ripoff of The Strangers is what that felt like to me. Jake, did you know that there is a new rule added to the Death Note rules states to whoever buys or sells the Death Note dies? That's kind of cool. That's interesting. Is there like a new Death Note thing happening? I'm not aware of that if that's the case. I love the original series, dude. Death Note fucking rocks. The Netflix movie is whatever, but the series is, whew, damn, had me on the edge of my seat through that whole thing. I'm not even that, I'm on hot and cold when it comes to anime, but there's some stuff that really works for me. Death Note and Attack on Titan, those two, whew, good stuff. It annoys me how the 2 reboots of Black Christmas were so disrespectful and disappointing considering how amazing the OG Black Christmas was. Jake, what route do you want A Quiet Place to go now? Black Christmas 2019, genuine waste of time. Black Xmas from 2006, it's fun. It's got some good kills. Every kill is an eyeball kill, but all of them are fun. I enjoy it. It's fun for what it is. But the OG, I mean, that's where it's at. That's the classic. That's easily the best one, for sure. What route do I want A Quiet Place to go now? Well, I mean, day 1 clearly set up a lot of stuff for part 3. So I want to see Quiet Place 3. Let's go back to the islands. Let's see what happens next. Because I where I'm at with A Quiet Place is I loved this new one so much. And what I think they really need to do is just get out of the funk that A Quiet Place Part 2 was in. Part 2 is easily the weakest one in the franchise to me. Like, I like it, it's fun, but they really try to force those emotional moments when maybe they don't work as well as the first or the new movie. So I want A Quiet Place, Quiet Place 3, whatever they want to call it. Maybe that closes out the story. Maybe that touches a little more on some of the stuff from day 1, which introduces some new lore about the creatures, which I really liked. I wish they had kept. There's a deleted scene in A Quiet Place Day 1 that adds a little more to the creature's ultimate goal, and I'm gonna do a video on it one day. Maybe not anytime soon, but at some point I want to do a big video on all 3 of the Quiet Place movies. And one of the big things I want to hit on is the deleted scenes from day 1, where they literally show you why the creatures are going around and killing people. It's like, why did they cut this out of the film? This is so important. Holy shit. And if you guys have not seen those deleted scenes, watch them. Wow. Day 1 has some sick deleted scenes. I like the movie even more after seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff. So seriously, I cannot stress how much I love that film. For Christmas, I hope Krampus delivers a good Stranger movie for 2025. I do too. Art the Clown, I hope. I hope that chapter 2 is better. But you know what? When your first movie is so abysmal and so lacking of literally anything entertaining, the only way to go is up. So Strangers chapter 2 can't possibly be worse, right? Right? I mean, come on, man. It can't be worse. You're kidding me, man. Kidding me if you're saying it's worse. It's crazy. I think you said It's a Wonderful Knife was bad. It's, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm kind of in the middle on it. I think there are some people that just fucking hate it. Like, I got a comment the other day on my Hard Eyes video where someone was like, oh, it comes from the people who made It's a Wonderful Knife. It's gonna suck. And I'm like, brutal, dude. Wow. I don't hate this movie as much as I do other slashers. It's got some fun stuff going on in it. I think the first 15 minutes are the best part. I think that's the biggest problem with It's a Wonderful Knife. They approach the first 10, 15 minutes like it's a Scream film. Like, it's got that murder mystery angle to it. Really cool concept for the killer. I love the way the killer looks. And it kind of, it's kind of a little obvious as to who it is. That's all I'm going to say. But then they play that as a joke at the end of the first act, which is nice. And then the rest of the movie, it's kind of a joke, which I think that's the strongest part of Knife. It's got some really, a really funny running bit through it with who the killer is. And it's like, dude, it's so obvious who the killer would be in this situation. And nobody in the town realizes who it is. And that to me is so funny. That to me is just absolutely hilarious. But it's another film where you kind of have to suspend your disbelief and just roll with it, just try to have fun with the movie. And I think some people just can't. That's just not for them, and that's totally fair. It's like, yeah, I hear you. That's not for everybody. But I had a really good time with it. It's got some good kills, some really fun sequences. There's one kill in particular, maybe 30 minutes into the movie that I really enjoyed. It's got this badass banging Christmas movie or Christmas music. To it, scoring it. So I don't know. It's a cool movie. I had a fun time with it, but don't expect perfection. Oh my God, Evan from Rockland Graves Productions is here. I'm your biggest fan. I'm sweating over here. What's up, Evan? How's it going, buddy? Happy Nosferatu month, my dude. I still need to see day one. I skipped it because of how burned I felt by the second movie. That's so funny, dude. Well, first of all, thank you for the 10. Thanks for supporting the page, man. Really appreciate you. Cannot wait for Nosferatu. I know you're even more excited for it than I am, I think. But dude, day one, I'll tell you what. I just watched it again. I'm fresh off a rewatch, and I just watched all the deleted scenes. Dude, it's my favorite Quiet Place movie. I'm pretty dead set on that too. I think it's my favorite one. It's very well done. I think it's even more emotional than the original. And man, some of the shit that they introduce about the creatures in the prequel, really interesting to me. I really enjoyed it. But again, this is coming from I think this is my third time watching it. Third watch of the film. I just got the Steelbook and I really enjoyed it. The sequel is rough. It's got its ups and downs, but day one, man, a lot of fun. I'm excited to see where the next one goes. I will say though, Evan, I hope that part 3 closes out the franchise. I don't think we need more than A Quiet Place 3. There's very clearly an end in sight. There's an end goal here. I think now after day one, what that film introduces, and let's call it there. Let's not have A Quiet Place overstay its welcome. But dude, thank you for the 10, my friend. I really do appreciate your support. You're also saying I'll watch it this month. I'll be very surprised if I like it more than the first one, but we shall see. Yeah, Evan and I do disagree on some stuff, but we do tend to like a lot of the same stuff too. So we're both very big Robert Eggers fans. So can't wait to see what our Robert Eggers rankings will be come post Christmas. I just don't think it ever made sense as a franchise. Yeah, and then that's probably what I think. John Krasinski wanted it to be a franchise, and maybe not so much Beck and Woods. That's my guess, at least. I mean, when you have something hit like that, it's tempting, right? It's tempting from a money perspective to be like, well, let's keep this going. And I haven't been, just like you, Evan, I haven't been convinced that it should have been a franchise until I saw day one. Day one was like, okay, I'm interested. I'm invested again. I was in, I was out, and now I'm in again. So it's been a really interesting relationship that I've had with that franchise. But you know what? I call myself a fan now. Fuck it. Sweet, sounds like I will have a good enough time with A Wonderful Knife. I'm not expecting it to be great. Yeah, go in with low expectations, Ty. It's fun. It's fun for what it is. If you like Scream, you'll appreciate it. And there's some very fun moments, some silly character moments and shit. Erica's with us tonight too. What's up, Erica? Saying, remember to hit that like button if you haven't already, and if you want to show a little more love, then hit the subscribe and change the bell to all so you never miss a live or video. That'd be pretty damn cool. Pretty cool if you did what Erica was saying there, everybody. I mean, I'm just saying, pretty cool stuff. I put out a pretty fun video today, so watch that one. I'm probably going to be peacing out here because I'm a little... I had to come in late, which sucks, and then I'm probably peacing out a little early. But I will be live again on Wednesday. We're going to be doing a little watch party for The Descent, one of my favorite movies from the thousands. Genuinely, I think one of the best thousands horror flicks. And there's a lot of good ones, man. There's a lot of good horror movies from the thousands. But stop on by for that on Wednesday, where we're going to be watching it. Again, this is a common question I get about watch parties. I can't broadcast the movie live on YouTube. That would be very highly illegal. So no, I can't do that. But if you want to watch the movie alongside me, there will be a little timer on the screen so we can follow along with the movie together. It's going to be a ton of fun. And before we peace out, I got 2 more things here. First of all, Next Gen is saying, do we know if Scream 7 will still be a Christmas movie? I really hope so. No confirmation yet on that Next Gen, but they are filming it soon. So I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case. That would be great. I would love a Christmas Scream. That would really flavor this one differently. And Erica just gifted 5 Killjoy Jake memberships. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Erica. Appreciate the support there. Who's that going to? I'm just curious. That's going to Remy Montoyo. Killer name, my dude. Trey Waylife, Boy 91, Zach O'Lantern, Antonio, and Creepin 666. Love to see it. Erica, thank you so much for your support, my friend. I love your profile picture. I think I've said that to you before, but I think it's sick. Some great stuff there. Some great art. Thank you for your support. Thank you again. Thanks for the great entertainment, Jake. One final question. What's your favorite horror movie of 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and now 2024? 2020, Possessor. 2021... I'm going to say the Wrong Turn remake because that's all I can think of right now. 2022, Terrifier 2, 2023. Favorite? Infinity Pool, 2024. The Substance. I love Terrifier 3, but The Substance was so good. So much love to you guys. I'm probably going to peace out. I will watch the Stab movie tonight, Jim Ross. I promise. I will check it out. Stop on by on Wednesday. We'll talk about it. Okay, so much love to you guys. See you guys on 7 p.m. at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace.